Welcome back, everybody, to the Via Pinstriping page. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thanks again for watching. Okay, so today I wanted to cover a topic that people have been asking me about. When should I use the oil? So I use right now mineral oil, just because I'm still experimenting on which oils I like. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but basically all of my brushes, all of my brushes, when I'm not using them, are soaked in oil. That's the only time you're going to use the oil. It's just to preserve the brush hairs and to keep them from drying out. Really, that's just to keep them from drying out. I don't even know if preserving is the correct word, but it's to keep the hairs moist when you're not using the brush. You see, I'm just gonna swipe here. It is completely soaked in oil. You can even grab a little tray, a little dish or something, fill the bottom of it with oil and just lay them in oil. I've seen a lot of people do that. But I like to use my brush box because it closes and it kind of less dirt and grime gets inside of there, even though it still does. I try to keep it as clean as possible. But yes, the oil, which I'm using mineral oil right now. A lot of people use a lot of different things. This is what I'm using at the moment. I used to use motor oil, but I got away from that because I kept hearing it's a bad idea. So actually, Mr. Von Dago here would tell me, don't use motor oil. So I stopped using it. He's got a product actually that you can purchase if you're concerned about what is the correct oil. He's got a product on his website that you can purchase. Mac Brush sells a brush preserve oil. There's a few people that are selling oils, but you could also go to the drugstore, get some mineral oil if you'd like to. Once again, the oil is only for when you're not using the brush. I'm not using it right now, so it's going to be soaked and sitting in oil. Now, when I go to use this brush, I'm going to wipe off all the excess oil, right, with the shop towel. Wipe it all off as much as I can. And then I'm going to clean the brush. Before even using it, I'm going to clean it with some lacquer thinner, which again, you can use whatever you want to clean this off with, whatever your preference is. Not a lot of people like using lacquer thinner. You know, some folks do, some folks don't. So I'm going to clean that off, right? Because now I'm going to get ready to use this brush. I'm going to do it again. See? Nice fresh lacquer thinner all the way to the ferrule. Make sure I get all that oil out of there. Feel free to do that as many times as you feel the need to. Keep in mind, lacquer thinner is a very hot, strong substance. So then I'll move on to my mineral spirits and do a secondary cleanse. And do the same thing with the mineral spirits. And always make sure to use a clean part of your towel or grab another little piece of towel if you need to. All right, all the way to the bottom, I'm cleaning it up. One more time. Cleaning that up. Now the idea is to get all of the oil out of here before you start painting. So now I have a clean brush. And ideally, when you're going to paint, you have a clean surface. So I no longer have oil on here. Just a little bit of mineral spirits left over. It's a little stiff because I haven't dipped it in any paint. So, yeah. You want to clean all the oil out of there. Now, let's pretend I just got done painting, right? I just painted. Now what I'm going to do, I have a little jar here of the mineral oil. When I'm finished with this brush and I've cleaned it off again, cleaned all the paint off again, now I'm no longer going to use it. I'm going to dip it in mineral oil, not to be confused with that mineral spirits. I'm going to dip it in oil. Completely cover these hairs up with oil and I'm going to store it somewhere flat or in my brush box. And that's how it's going to sit when I'm not using it. So hopefully that clarifies what you're going to do with the oil. It's not meant to be used with the paint or for the paint. It's just so your hairs don't break off. That's the only reason to use the oil, which some folks still use motor oil, some folks use transmission oil, some folks use neat's foot oil, some folks use refined lard, some folks use the damn 3-to-1 oil stuff that you put on your hinges. People use a lot of different oils, but the only reason to use it is when you're not using your brush, so your hairs don't break, so they stay soft and supple, and hopefully kind of trains the hairs to stay straight. All right, folks, hopefully that helps. Leave me a comment and share the video or whatever, and if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. Hell, I'm always down to learn too. All right, y'all, have a good day. Bye-bye.